Promise after promise. President William Ruto is back with promises.
Next month, in December, we will be able to settle the first Kenya shillings $300 million or 500 billion Kenya shillings installment of the US dollars 2 billion Eurobond debt that falls due next year.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from. I am the Kenyan Beast. Now, today I'm not in my studio. I'm giving you content while I'm somewhere else. So if I have bad lighting, I'm so much addicted in giving you content. I'm so much addicted in this Pan-Africanism. Wherever something is in my mind, I think of just letting it out. So don't worry about the lighting. I think it's okay. Now, in today's video, I'm going to talk about Ibrahim Traore and William Samuel Ruto. These are two presidents of from African countries, one from Burkina Faso, one from Kenya. One was elected by the people, majority people in Kenya, and one went to power through coup. Now, one is said to gain power through democracy, that is William Samuel Ruto, and the other one, who is Ibrahim Traore. A lot of people, more so the ECOWAS members, said that he attained power in non-democratic way, and they condemned it. But right now, these two presidents are the most popular in Africa. One of them has negative popularity, another one has positive popularity. Ibrahim Traore has positive popularity and William Ruto has negative popularity. Now, let's do this. What Ibrahim Traore has done for 2 years and what William Ruto has done for 2 years, that does not sound good. What Ibrahim Traore has done since he gained power up to now, and what William Ruto has not done, or what William Ruto has promised to do, and yet he hasn't done anything. And this is how we differentiate good leaders. This is how we differentiate a leader who is delivering and a leader who is delivering promises. One is delivering to the people and one is delivering promises to the people. Now, before we continue, I want you to watch these clips of William Ruto, lies he gave to the people, and we will dive into the video what Ibrahim Traore has achieved and William Ruto has promised to achieve, and yet he will not achieve.
I commit to provide mothers of newborn babies with diapers for their children for a minimum of 3 months paid for by the government of Kenya. Period poverty by providing sanitary pads and sanitary towels to all our girls, and that is for free.
Our efforts to stabilize the situation have yielded such progress that next month, in December, we will be able to settle the first Kenya shillings $300 million or 500 billion Kenya shillings installment of the US dollars 2 billion Eurobond debt that falls due next year. I can now confirm with confidence that we will and we shall pay the debt that has become a source of much concern to citizens, markets, and our partners.
I am a very clear-minded person on what I say. When it is the police, I have said, many of the people who opposed me, many of the people who were very scared about what I would do when I become president, even the people who did worse things against me, I have never gone after them. When I talked about the taxes that I was
on the campaign trail, yes.
I was addressing in the campaign trail, it was very obvious that when at that time we were in subsidies, that did not make sense. It is because I removed the subsidies and I changed and put production support
Promise after promise. President William Ruto is back with promises. Only last week when he visited Nakuru County, President Ruto promised a return of the Kazi Mtaani, a flagship project of his predecessor Uhuru Kenyatta. He traveled to Tharaka Nithi County for a marathon development tour. Promises were made at his various stops in Mara, Chukai Gamangombe.
We have made a decision, very respectfully as heads of state in Africa, that any engagement with other partners must be an engagement of equals. And for it to be meaningful, if we are going to meet the president of a country, we have organized ourselves that the Troika is going to represent Africa, about 6, 7 people. But what happens continuously? When others want to engage with us, they don't want to deal with the Troika. They want to invite 50 heads of state. So we go to a meeting, just explain to me what kind of outcome you expect where 50 heads of state are sitting. Everybody is asked to speak to 1.5 minutes. You speak to for 1.5 minutes. What kind of engagement are you going to get? You're going to get nothing, right? The best that you get is photographs. Precisely. You get these photographs, they normally line us up somewhere, crowd of 50 heads of state, and that's all we come home with.
I am not a politician. I'm not joking, I am a soldier. And I prefer to tell you the truth. Everyone is free to take or leave. Everyone drives around in their car. Everyone is living well. We eat in the morning, we eat for lunch, we eat at night. We do what we want to do. We are free to talk about saying what we want. It's democracy, it's the right, that's all. That's all we know about in Ouagadougou. But go ahead and see the children who have skin on their bones. Go see those who are starving. Go see those women who can no longer breastfeed because they have nothing left in their breasts. Go see them. Let's not pretend. If our journalists do not have the courage to go to the field and bring you these images, it's because we want to wash the image of Burkina. I tell you that it is false. It exists. When I tell you about the people who eat the grass, whoever wants to challenge, I'll bring him tomorrow. Go see, it continues. It has not even stopped. Because we were able to supply some villages, but others not yet. We are still on the way. No civilian can even support with trucks so that we can be in solidarity with this population. What integrity is this? What is integrity, Burkina Faso? What is it? This lack of support has deeply unsettled and revolted us. Until we address the core issues plaguing this country, we will always be revolted. For the moment, we've managed to secure some trucks in the army and have been using our own means to transport supplies. However, this hasn't really added much support for the starving populations. And even in this, there's been a distinct lack of empathy. Citizens knew about the situation, but they've remained on the sidelines. It is to say that solidarity has disappeared in Burkina. Have pity for the people. Have pity for the youth. Have pity for the children. What did these villagers do? So that when the sun sets, they find themselves in the caves under the trees. They leave the village, and in the morning they show up. They look to see if everything is okay before coming back. They sleep in the bush. They can't sleep at home. We don't tell you these truths. This is the reality of Burkina. We only see our cities. We are responsible for what happens to us, and we will be fully responsible for what follows. Either it's good or it's bad. It will depend on our behavior in the future. Everyone has to give their best. I think we can do it. I am optimistic. I hope we will get there.
Welcome back. Now, as you have heard William Samoei Ruto, he gave a lot of promises to the people of Kenya while he was campaigning for the presidency, and people bought it. And that's the issue with Africans. We love promises. We don't care whether this president or this man who is vying for the seat, we don't care whether he has history of criminology or of criminal history, whether he has history of grabbing lands, whether he have history of not delivering, whether he have history of corruption. We love promises and bribes. And that's what's making our countries going down and down. William Ruto promised a lot, starting with education, good roads, price of no taxes. Women will get free maternity. Gas price will go down. Free Wi-Fi. Petty promises, small promises that has not been delivered up to now. Now, let's look at the positive popularity first before we spoil our heart with the negative sides. Since Ibrahim Traoré attained power in September 2022, just the same year when William Ruto took power, Ibrahim Traoré has this following achievement: gold and mining sector reform, establishment of gold refinery in November 2023. The Council of Ministers approved the construction of Burkina Faso first gold refinery ever. This initiative aims to process gold domestically, enhancing government revenue and creating approximately 100 direct and 5,000 indirect jobs. Remember, William Ruto promised to create jobs for the youths. In Kenya, we are so much into agriculture, but up to now, agriculture sector is dying every now and then. He has failed to bring back the industries, sugar industries. He has failed to bring back maize market. He has failed to create jobs through agriculture. He has failed to reform agriculture. But Ibrahim Traoré is doing reforms in gold and mining sector, because here is where Burkina Faso gets its strength or its strength. Now, tell me, we are all popular, but one is negative, another one positive popularity. Instead of William Ruto working on the Kenyan industry, instead of him creating jobs through agriculture reforms, he wants to export labor to Germany. He wants to export labor to Saudi Arabia. He is going to outside countries to look for jobs for the people of Kenya. Ibrahim Traoré is working hard not to take the brains of Burkina Faso out of Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré is working hard so that the youths of Burkina Faso will remain in Burkina Faso and make Burkina Faso great. This is the two difference of these leaders. Another thing what Ibrahim Traoré has done is inauguration of mine tailing treatment plant. January 2024, a domestically development plant was launched to improve resources recovery and environmental practices by efficiently extracting metals from mine tailing. This project underscores Burkina Faso's commitment to leveraging local expertise for responsible resource management. I will not talk about Ruto on that. Another thing is suspension of export permits for small-scale gold production. In February 2024, the Combat Elite Trade and regulate the artisanal gold sector. Traoré's administration suspended the issuance of export permits for scale or for small-scale private gold production, aiming to ensure proper documentation and increased government revenue. Now in Kenya, the government is doing this private business. In Kenya, the government itself is doing this illegal business. Now, if I talk about maize in Kenya, we import a lot of maize from Tanzania. Okay? We import a lot of maize in Tanzania. But we have a lot of maize here in Kenya that it is idle in these maize stores, maize galleries, idle. Maize farmers are throwing the maize, are giving maize to kettles simply because there is no proper implementation of how to handle this. And that's the difference between Ibrahim Traore and William Ruto. Ibrahim Traore want to improve government revenue through that gold sector. But William Ruto is doing business, doesn't care about the revenue for the government, cares about him. Ibrahim Traore has done this too. Military and security measures. Expulsion of French military in 2023 February made a lot of impact in Traoré's government. It ending the presence of French military forces in Burkina Faso, signaling a shift towards diversified international partnerships. April 2023, in response to escalating rebel attacks, a general mobilization was declared, calling upon the population to support military efforts against insurgents. Traoré emphasized the goal for reclaiming rebel-held terrorists without negotiation until significant progress was achieved. Another thing about Ibrahim Traoré, the positive side, what he has achieved in political development. Now, he extended his transitional government following national consolidation, and Traoré's mandate to extend was extended for an additional 5 years, allowing him to contest the next presidential election. Okay. Proposal legislation on homosexuality. In July 2024, the military junta proposed a bill to criminalize homosexuality pending parliamentary approval. In Kenya, you know what happened. William Ruto does not say if he or does not support homosexuality. And yet, this is not an African culture. I don't want to dive into that. But again, it shows how Ibrahim Traore is focused. But William Ruto, on the other hand, we don't know. Now, we have seen Ibrahim Traore focusing on agriculture, giving farmers tractors, modernizing agriculture. We have seen Ibrahim Traore going in education sector, improving education sector, because he believes that through education, the people of Burkina Faso will come out great. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge is power. Again, we know that through agriculture, through food productivity, increase of food productivity in the country will eradicate poverty, will eradicate starvation, will eradicate hunger, and it will make people of Burkina Faso to be strong, to think straight, and to have better future. In Kenya, we hear about housing projects. In Kenya, we hear about blah, blah, blah. In Kenya, we hear about increase of taxes. In Kenya, leave alone the things that we see Ibrahim Traore doing and William Ruto has not done. But the promises William Ruto gave to the people, where is that free Wi-Fi? No any single road. Where is improved education? Students are going through a lot because high school fees has been imposed to them. They don't have that capability. They are not capability to pay. That's making to have an illiterate society, illiterate generation, and will be easy for the intruders to come and take over because we don't know what's going on. Okay? Agriculture sector. Kenya agriculture sector is the key. We are good in agriculture. But what's going on? Nothing is going on. Ibrahim Traore has the spirit of Pan-Africanism. Ibrahim Traore has sent away French from the countries. But William Ruto is embracing the neocolonization. William Ruto has sent Haiti, our youths or our military to Haiti to go and fight our black brother without knowing what's going on between them. He doesn't know the main theme of the war. We have never had any diplomacy intervention or diplomacy friendship with Haiti. Because of money, he took the people to go and fight in Haiti. Now, there is a huge difference between Ibrahim Traore and William Ruto. And that's why today I decided head on head what William Ruto has done in the 2 years and what Ibrahim Traore has done in the 2 years. But that statement sounds awkward. We have to say like this: what Ibrahim Traore has done in 2 years since he gained power in 2022 and what William Ruto is not planning to do or is promising now in 2 years at all. Tell me what you think about in the comment section about this video. What do you think? Is Ibrahim Traoré and William Ruto, who is the best leader here? William Ruto once said, whatever is happening in Burkina Faso is not good. Ibrahim Traoré is not fitted for this job. Through his Prime Minister Musalia Mudavadi, he said that. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. Until next episode, peace be with you.